Hey there, ninja fans! Want to talk speed?
Always up for that.
Well, get ready because this deep dive is all about the fastest characters in the Naruto universe.
Oh, nice. A popular one.
You know it. We're checking out this fan-voted list from thetop10s.com.
So you know we're in for some spicy opinions then.
For sure, but that's what makes it fun, right? I mean, how do we even define speed in Naruto? Is it just running, or is it more about, like, how fast you can react and attack?
Yeah, that's a great question because, Naruto has teleportation, crazy reflexes. Some characters are just, insanely fast on their feet.
Right, it's not so simple.
Definitely not. But I guess we got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So, according to the fans, the top three are Naruto, Sasuke, and Minato.
Interesting. Three very different approaches to speed. You've got Naruto, who, especially later on, it's like he's just relying on raw speed.
Totally. Remember those scenes where he's in Kurama mode and dodging those lightspeed attacks from Madara?
Oh, yeah. Like, that's not some trick. That's just pure insane speed.
The source even says that his physical speed, it surpasses even techniques known for being lightning fast. And let's not forget how much his speed grows throughout the series. It's insane.
Yeah. And then you have Sasuke, who also pulls off some crazy speed feats. Like, remember when he just, blitzed Madara?
Oh, where Madara could barely even react.
Yeah.
That was wild.
How much of that is, raw speed, though, versus the Sharingan giving him those crazy reflexes?
Well, Sharingan is definitely a huge part of it.
That's
It
right.
lets him anticipate his opponent's moves, react super precisely, almost like he can see the future of the fight.
Oh.
Some fans say even with the Sharingan, Sasuke needs power-ups to match Naruto's base speed, though. So it's up for debate, I guess.
I guess we'll never truly know, but of course we can't forget the OG speedster, Minato, the Yellow Flash.
Ah, Minato. He's basically what everyone thinks of when they think of Naruto's speed.
And his reputation comes from his signature technique, the Flying Rage In.
Instant teleportation. I mean, think about it. He throws a kunai and boom, instantly at its location, across a battlefield or even another village.
It's kind of mind-blowing, but this brings up a big question. Is teleportation true speed? I mean, it's insanely fast for travel, but he's not physically moving at those speeds.
That's the thing, right? It really makes you think about, all the different ways we can interpret speed in the Naruto world. We got to keep those nuances in mind when comparing characters like Minato to, well, someone like Naruto who relies on pure foot speed.
For sure. Okay, so we've got our top three speed demons, but then the source throws us a curveball. They claim that Might Guy, with his 8 gates technique, might actually be the fastest in the entire series.
Like a hot take. But it is kind of a compelling argument. I mean, the 8 gates, it's all about pushing the human body to its absolute limit.
Right, and speed is definitely a major part of that.
Think back to his fight against Madara. When Guy unleashes the final gate, he's practically warping space with how fast he's moving.
Oh, I get chills just thinking about it. I never really thought of taijutsu as a pure speed technique, but after seeing Guy...
It makes you reconsider, right? Raw physical power, when pushed to the absolute extreme, it can rival even the most powerful jujitsu, at least in terms of speed. The source, it specifically says that Guy, when using all 8 gates, is even faster than Naruto.
Wow. Okay. I'm sure people have a lot to say about that. I mean, this whole list is going to spark some serious debate, especially when it comes to characters like Obito and Madara.
Oh, absolutely. Those rankings are going to be controversial for sure.
It's like everyone's got their own personal tier list, right?
Wow.
And speed in Naruto, that's always a hot topic. So let's talk about those controversial rankings. What about Obito? What are people saying about him?
The thing with Obito is you've got to consider his, development throughout the series. Some fans are pointing to his younger self, back when he was around 14, saying he was way faster than Kakashi back then.
Huh. His younger self, interesting. Did they give any examples of his speed feats from, back in the day?
They mentioned his taijutsu, how he was almost untouchable. Even Kakashi had trouble keeping up. But then there's the other side of the argument, right?
Right.
Obito, he becomes the Ten Tails Jinchuriki. His powers, they evolve like crazy.
So which Obito are we even talking about here?
Exactly. And that's where the comparisons to Madara come in. Some fans think that Madara, after he gets a Ten Tails, that he's faster than anyone. Even Obito.
Because at that point, it's not just speed, it's like god-level power-ups, too.
Right. The power scaling, it gets kind of nuts when you start comparing a sports car to a rocket ship.
Totally.
And it's not always about raw power either. Sometimes it's about specific techniques that boost speed, even without those crazy power-ups. Shisui Uchiha, for example, and his body flicker technique.
Oh, yeah, Shisui of the body flicker.
Yeah.
Legendary. But isn't that, a basic ninja technique? How does that make him one of the fastest?
Because Shisui's mastery of it was on a whole other level. He could move at supersonic speeds, practically invisible.
Whoa, seriously. So it's like taking a basic move and making it an art form.
Exactly. And that can be just as effective as raw speed, sometimes even more. And then you've got someone like Rock Lee. His speed is tied to his crazy training regimen.
Yeah, the weights.
Dropping those weights, instant speed boost.
It's iconic.
And the source, get this, it claims that if Lee dropped his weights and activated the 8 gates, he could actually outrun 6 paths. Sage Mode Naruto.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, hold up. At least for a short distance, they say. But still.
It makes you wonder about those characters, the ones that don't always rely on speed as their main thing.
Right, like those underrated speedsters they mention in the source. Hashirama and Tobirama, the Senju brothers. They're not exactly known for their speed, but...
They've had their moments. The source talks about Hashirama's fight against all 9-tailed beasts all at once.
That's just insane.
His agility, his speed, it's what let him survive against all that.
Okay, that's pretty convincing. And Tobirama.
Well, he created the flying regime. Some fans even think he was faster with it than Minato.
Really? Even faster than Minato with his signature move? Come on, is that even possible?
They say there are moments where Tobirama reacted to, like, a tailing beast bomb and teleported it away before Minato could even move.
Whoa, that's a whole other level of reaction time.
Right. It challenges the idea that Minato was like the flying rage in master, but it all comes back to what we were saying before. Speed in Naruto. It's not just one thing.
It's not just who can run the fastest.
Exactly. It's about how it's used in combat, the technique, the strategy, the raw talent.
So even the characters that aren't always thought of as speedsters.
They can have those moments of brilliance, the quick thinking, the lightning-fast reactions.
But what about the ninjas that are known for their speed? But maybe they're not ranked as high as you'd think. Itachi, Kakashi, for example.
Well, you have to remember, every character, they have their strengths and weaknesses. Speed isn't always the deciding factor in a fight. Itachi, for example, his hand seals were insanely fast. Like, he could perform jujutsu before his opponent could even blink.
Yeah, his speed was part of what made him such a tactical genius.
And then you've got someone like Kakashi. His Sharingan, his strategic mind, he uses them to outsmart his opponents. He might not be the fastest runner, but he knows how to anticipate and react, which makes him incredibly swift in battle.
So it's all about how you use your speed, playing to your strengths, taking advantage of your opponent's weaknesses.
Exactly. It's what makes this whole discussion so fascinating. Speed in Naruto, it's not simple. It's a mix of physical ability, technique, strategy. It's all connected.
It's like speed is woven into the very fabric of the Naruto world.
And that's why these debates about the fastest characters, they're so much fun. They make us think about, the deeper mechanics of the Naruto world.
We've talked speed feats, power-ups, techniques. I feel like we've only scratched the surface.
And they talk about this for hours.
Seriously. But I think if there's one takeaway here, it's that speed in Naruto, it's anything but straightforward.
It really shows how much depth and creativity there is in the Naruto universe. It pushes the boundaries of, like, what's even possible in terms of combat.
Okay, I have to ask you this. If you were building a team based purely on speed, who would you pick? And why?
Oh, man. That's a tough one. So many good choices. I think I'd have to go with, like, a mix of different speed types, for a well-rounded team.
Yeah, for sure. You gotta have a good balance.
Yeah.
Especially if speed is, like, your main focus.
Okay, so for pure, like, overwhelming speed, I'm putting Naruto on the team. No question.
Definitely. Especially those later forms. He's like a force of nature.
Right. He could just blow past anyone.
He'd be perfect for, like, disrupting the enemy, overwhelming them with attacks.
And then for strategic movement, those surprise attacks, I got to bring in Minato, the flying regime, teleporting in and out of battle, taking out key targets before they even realize what's happening.
Mina's the ultimate wild card. He could change the whole game in an instant. Plus, create openings for Naruto to exploit. Exactly. But we also need someone who can see what's coming, Predict the opponent's moves. Someone with crazy reflexes.
Someone who can counter.
I'm thinking Sasuke. Sharingan is just too good for that.
Oh, yeah. He'd be analyzing everything, finding weaknesses, exploiting them with his speed and precision. The Sharingan would definitely give him an edge against, well, pretty much anyone.
Can you imagine that team? Naruto causing chaos, Minato teleporting in, Sasuke predicting every move. That's a speed squad that could take on the entire world.
Talk about a dream team. It really makes you think about all the possibilities, when you start combining these different types of speed. The Naruto world really is incredible.
It really is. And it's not always about fighting either. Speed can save lives. Remember how Shisui used the body flicker? Disappearing from, like, impossible
Oh
situations.
yeah, he was amazing.
Or Rock Lee, all that speed training, pushing his body to protect his friends.
It shows how speed can be more than just an attack. It can be about resilience, determination.
Yeah, there's definitely a deeper meaning there. It's like speed in Naruto. It's not just a stat. It's part of who they are.
Their training, their motivations, how they see the world.
Well, this has been an awesome journey exploring the world of high-speed ninjas. Hopefully you enjoyed this deep dive into, well, the fastest characters in Naruto. Maybe even learned something new about your favorites.
Always fun talking about this stuff.
For sure. So for everyone listening out there, keep thinking about those rankings, the different types of speed and all the crazy possibilities, and who knows, maybe you'll even go back and rewatch some of those battles and see them in a whole new light. Until next time, keep exploring, keep those brain gears turning, and we'll catch you on another deep dive.